Da-da-da! Back in action. What's happening, y'all? I gotta figure out how to see the chats here, y'all. So there we go. Now we're in there. Grandfather, what's happening? Minus 12 degrees in Newfoundland. Wow. We are well. It is 40 degrees here. Ow, minus 12. There's Reverend Joe. So I'm doing this on the computer tonight. So I can actually read the comments and watch y'all at the same time. There's Ariel. What's happening? There's Byron. All right. Well, welcome, everybody. There's Brian Wilkerson. See, Mary's in here. Twice.
I'm in here.
Twice even. What's house? What's happening? Quit, y'all. Hey. Yeah. They heard something, their shadow moving or something. Y'all quit. Come here. So anyway, welcome everybody. Yes, a lot of things are gonna be changing here soon. So we are going to announce all that here very soon, and it's all a good thing. Might have to boot them outside because they're all they decide they want to be noisy now. They've been quiet all afternoon. Yeah, the dogs are definitely here. There's Judy Grimm. What's happening? Let me see if I can pull y'all up on my phone here so I can kind of see a little bit better of what's going on. The computer is not. There's CJ. What's happening? It's not giving me all the details that I like to see. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense, y'all? I know cannot see. I know have a serious crosses. See if I can pull it up. Got to be smarter than the toys I'm playing with. Well, I guess it's not going to let me do it that way. Let's see. Rainy Ridge, what's happening? Why is it not telling me what's going on here? I can't tell how many people are here.
Yeah, it's right there on the corner.
Right there, 88. Oh, we got 88 people joining us already. Sweet. There's Janet Sariel. Did I say that right? Joseph O'Brien. What's happening, Mike? He's down there in Tampa. If y'all don't know, Joseph had to go through one of them hurricanes not long ago, and hopefully he's getting the damage taken care of. I know when I was down there in Florida a couple months ago, he was still trying to get everything together, and we were going to meet up, but he just had so much going on trying to get that house done. There's Liam. What's happening, brother? So yeah, that's Poco Schmidt. What's that? I like that. Man, I still like that cool's name. That's the name cool's. No. Name is cool. Good Lord. Got them new lips. I just bought these at Walmart. They come with a Japanese instruction manual. I don't read Japanese, y'all. Woodsbound. Denise Henry. Glenda Bendel. Welcome. So yeah, we are actually kind of hunkered down, y'all. Cold and rain and all that kind of nasty stuff. All last night it rained. Woke up this morning. The barn was, normal stuff. 4 or 5 inches of water in there. Got the pump fired up. Got her drained out pretty fast. I love this little pump. So this little thing just we hook a hose to it and it does a fine job getting the water up out of here. So I am going to be dangerous name in English, right? I know, right? Yeah, in English, that's that name is too fun. That's why I like it so much. There's Joe. What's happening, brother? There's Joe fixing for you. He's a Gainesville homie back from from where we came from in Florida, which is cool. And they're now in Georgia. And in case y'all don't know who his other half is, it's oh my God, brain fart. Ginger is I can't think of the name of the channel. Joe, put that channel up there for us.
Yeah, Joe fix it for you and not
for nothing homestead. Yeah, you got to go check them out because Ginger is a hoot, y'all. If you we met both of them in person, and Ginger is an absolute fireball. Red hair and all, and she lives up to it. But she is an absolute hoot. We sure love her, and can't wait for her to get out and come out here. Next time y'all come out this way, you got to make the stop, you know. There's Monique Poole. What was MOS in the Army when you were in? I was a 64 Charlie 10, or actually a 64 Charlie 20 and a 45 kilo. Uh, and if you don't know what those numbers are, I was a tank turret repairman. I trained on the M60A1, A2, A3, and also the M1 Abrams. In fact, I was one of the very first to go through the M1 Abrams training part of that, which was very cool. So yeah, I was basically a turret repair specialist. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot of the tracks and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, then I went back and I went to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, or as we affectionately like to call it, Fort Lost in the Woods, Missouri, and went there for 64 Charlie School, which is truck driving. That was basically to haul ammunition and tanks. Christina Somerville got a birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, that's, her birthday's tomorrow.
So Brian already wants to know what kind of changes are coming. Well, we can't talk about it yet, but it will be coming out very soon. We will tell you a few things about what's going to go on over here today or in the live tonight. We will tell you a couple of the things that are going to be changing, which are kind of big changes, and which is still pretty cool. Mr. Dogs, Love Charlie Company, right? There's Cassie's Kitchen Creations and Mike Birch. Hey, what's happening, man? Rose Chastain, what's happening? Howdy, howdy. And we got Rachel over here. She hooked me up today. So I finally got hooked up with the Amazon thing. So now when I start to do these reviews on some of these tools and stuff, y'all, and some of these products, y'all will be able to go over there and check this and check it out for yourself. I've always had a hard time figuring out how to get the links and all that kind of stuff in there. Mary's been pretty good at it, but I'm not so good at it. You know, I'm not a techie, so you know, I do what I can. And but yeah, she hooked me up today, so I got that set up. Still sick, bro. Can't kick it. Oh man, that sucks. I hate to hear that, Mike. Yeah, that stuff, man. When it hit me this last year, it kicked me in my tail. It hurt me. Lori Carp is in here, so everybody's saying hi now. So anyway, yeah, I finally figured all that out. So when I go to Amazon and I buy a product, you know, I'm going to test it and I'm going to tell you if it's worth it. If it's worth buying, I will leave it up there on the you know, in the thing, and I'll get the link out there. If I don't think it's worth the crap, I'll you know, I won't even recommend it. I'll tell you about it. Jennifer Ocean, that's right. Hit that thumb. Make sure you still subscribed. I love Jennifer. She's always hooking us up like that, letting everybody know. Rainy Ridge. So, and again, I don't like to recommend products that, I mean, I don't want to recommend a product just because they're throwing me a product. You know what I mean? If it's crap, it's crap. You know what I mean? Because to me, that's just wrong. You know, I don't care if you're paying me or not. Yeah, if it's a crap product, I'm not going to tell you. There's David Proctor. Oh, I forgot. It's David Proctor, David A. Proctor Jr. Sorry, Dave. I got to get it right for you, brother. Ace, what's happening? She said she was number 62. What about you? There's St. Bernard Acres. I get a lot of things to review. I only do about half of it. I agree. Gary TP, what's happening? I agree. I get a lot of them too, and there's just some things I just don't want to do. You know, the water purifier, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that one, but on the same note, I'm not sure that I see a very big use for it right away. So, you know, our main focus right now is trying to get this barn insulated, because you know, obviously, there's no way we're going to be able to build a house by next year, okay, and be able to live in it. So the power in the camper is good. It's really good. Yep, I fixed all that. Problem solved. Evidently, that was a problem when we first got the camper, or maybe first moved in here. They started chewing on it when we had an issue with all the rats. We've still got a few field mice we hear chewing on crap every now and then, and we've been putting the stuff out and stuff like that. And the dogs, help take care of a lot of that. But yeah, I was able to solve it. All they did was just eat the coating off the wire. So when the hot wire hit that ground wire and the little one, it just started heating up. And then once it heated up to a point, it trips the breaker. So once took that apart, separated it all, taped it all up, problem solved. Everything is working great again. And then over here by my desk, that particular plug that kept popping the breaker was right here where my desk is at, and I've been plugging everything into the camper right there. Well, when that happened, I thought, I gotta have the computer. So I went ahead and just ran a whole new wire over here and put an outlet over here by this pole, and so now I've got 20 amps of power sitting over here. Did I see Jan? I did see Jan. What's happening, Jan? Yeah, I know. The mice are never going to go away, especially now that we're tearing down them houses back here. David and I are, we've teamed up and we're tearing down these houses back here. And it seems like just when we were starting to get rid of most of them, now they're all coming back again because I think they were all hanging out over there. And yeah, now we're getting them back pretty hard. But like I said, we've got them down to where we only hear a couple every now and then. So hopefully we'll be able to eventually get that done. So I think about the 5:30, 5:40 hour. We'll tell you some of the new plans that are coming up for around here. Because like I was telling you, there's no way we're going to be able to have a house built, by next winter. And we had our first winter here that was horrible. Granted we were grateful, but it was horrible. First year living in a camper in the winter in the snow, unprotected. This year we're learning more. After all, we are from Florida, y'all. So um, our YouTube channels of people catching live mice by the hundreds. I know, and these mice around here, these are smart mice. So, but anyway, getting back to the story, um, there's no way we're going to do it. So last year was rough. This year is a lot better. There's no way we're going to be able to build a house. So we thought, you know what? Let's focus on sealing this barn up better, getting it insulated, and then and maybe get us some concrete in here so that we can avoid all the water flooding and everything in here, and make this a lot more comfortable. Basically to sustain ourselves. The house is not a huge rush, so we've got the basic structure. If we insulate the ceiling, we need to get the spray foam for the ceiling. We found out that's only about $1,000, and then probably another 1,000 to spray foam, or about 1,500 to spray foam the walls, and then another 2,500 for a central package unit, heat and AC unit. That will save us if we do, $5,000 worth of work this summer. With the insulation and the package unit, heat and AC unit, and then the concrete. I figure the concrete's probably going to be about $3,000. So 10 grand. I can't build the house well enough to get it set up. You know what I mean? To where we could live in it. You know what I mean? So figure 10 grand invested in this barn, putting the concrete in here, all that stuff. Why not? We've already got a 40 by 40 house, which is what the house was going to be to begin with. Why not just put a few grand into this, make it comfortable for a couple of more years, and then we can take the time to build the house the way we want to build it. We don't want to rush into it. Look at SLR. They've been about 3 years trying to build their house, 3 or 4 years now building their house, and they're still living in the basement of it. So it's worth that time, in our opinion. Yes, need insulation. 12 degrees Fahrenheit here. Ran out of firewood until tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, we definitely need heat. I mean, we've got the fireplace over here or the wood stove over here kicking, and it's about 63 in here and 40 outside. So, it's not horrible. I mean, I'm sitting here and plus I got my heated jacket on, and yeah, I mean we're not we're not as down and out as we were last year, but again, we were from Florida, so we really didn't have a clue what we were getting ourselves into. At least this year, the camper's not leaking. We don't have to worry about the wind blowing it over and and being all cooped up in the camper. At least now we've got the barn. I mean, you see, we've got the insulation on the walls back here, so that's helping quite a bit. But we still need to seal all those. See if I can point them out. See if I can do it right there. Those edges right there. We need to seal all those edges up, and and then do the roof. And once we do that, we figure that's probably about 2 grand, and make it happen. At least that way, it wouldn't take very much to start keeping it a lot warmer in here. I think the wood stove and or even just the central heat and AC unit would maintain it pretty well. I mean, after all, we found a used central heat and AC unit in Florida for a few $100. We put a heat kit in it for another $150, and that thing worked great in Florida, even when it was like 25 degrees. We had no insulation on that porch in Florida, and it kept it cool and kept it warm. And it was 20 by 36, so that gives you an idea. And that unit, like I said, it didn't run us out of the electric bill either, and it was pretty sweet. For deep enough, see, Peggy Norton says, I agree. I'm building up the barn. For deep enough concrete, French drain, etc. Yep, keep water out. And get a bigger wood stove that has bricks inside of it. Yeah, I agree. We do have the heat bricks inside this one. Um, we want to thank Granny Jen for that because she helped us out with all of that stuff. So it has some stuff down the bottom there, so that's pretty nice. Right. Speaking of the red-headed devil there, there's Ginger, not for nothing. I see Heartland HQ, Dink and Tank. John Carter, the spray foam alone. I agree, John. The spray foam, just doing the roof, the ceiling in this barn will make a huge difference. As it is now, because there's no tar paper up there or anything right now. So as it is now, we get drips constantly, and we have to cover up our computers and cover up all of our stuff all the time because it just constantly drips. Like David was sitting over here with Come On the other day, and all of a sudden it just decided to pour like a stream come down on him. He's like, "Wait, what? Whoa!" Ace, moderator was watching your Doom Buggy short. That would be fun in this. Oh, I know, right? It sure would be fun. Um, that's one of those things I plan on working on. I keep saying I'm going to get out there and do it, but then by the time I get a free day to go out there and do it, it's either cold and raining. So haven't been able to get out there and mess with it yet. So I definitely want to do that. And I keep saying I'm going to get out there to the barn, but it is so wet out there. It's hard to pull stuff out of there and set it on the ground out there, and then everything gets soaking wet. So I've been kind of putting that off as well. Donald Markham, Gary, for the short time you've been on the property, you and your family have accomplished a lot. Thank you, Donald. We appreciate that. I think we have too. I think we have accomplished quite a bit. Even in the YouTube world, we have accomplished quite a bit in a short time. We haven't had like well, I won't say we haven't had a lot of help because we really have. We've had a lot of help, and we are very grateful for all that help. Because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't. We would probably still be struggling. But we are getting there. So I figure we've been here since June. We've been on the property since June. So what is it? 7 months now? It's February. Yeah, 7 months. So I'm not going to complain at all. So that's why we figured, you know what, we need to slow down a little bit. let's go ahead and do the barn, get it set up to where we can live a lot more comfortable with the concrete in here. We don't have to worry about the wet floors. We can put some nice flooring down in here. I say nice. We can put some nice used carpet down in here and don't have. Uh, I'm telling y'all, you don't even have a clue what it's like walking through this barn because the floor is all like this. It's everywhere. So when you're walking in here, it's like, oh yeah, you got carpet down, but man, you better have good balance walking through here. That's Pops. He knows. Miss Lori Carbs getting by. Okay. Oh, Ace. Okay. I see. Jennifer Ginger was asking. Jennifer Ocean. So many floods and problems in this house, but it was still investment. Still the best investment. It's all learning experience. When I can flip it and build a new home, I will know what to do. Exactly. And Jennifer, if you ever need any issues, I was a builder for a long time. So if you never ever need any advice on things to do, um, let me know, and I'm more than happy to kind of give you a general direction to look into. Julie Fleming, yeah, we're definitely going to get a better wood stove. In fact, I think when we do the heat and AC package unit, I am going to put the wood stove more towards the back of the barn and have the vents come over here and heat and cool this area here. Sorry, the camera went blurry because my hand got close. But have the vents, the ductwork come over here and heat and cool this area that we're in right here, and then have the wood stove more in the back there. The wintertime that would help the AC, the heat unit, not have to work so hard to keep everything warm. But I think just the insulation and the concrete, y'all, is going to make an amazing difference. So that's going to be our priority first, is getting the insulation in the ceiling and and around the tops of the barn. So that's about $2,000, and we'll get there. I figure that's not a bad price to pay to make this that much more comfortable. And not to mention just the firewood and the propane and everything else. It'll pay for itself. Guys, you got that drain poured around the ditches and poured that culvert. Yeah, that culvert now that was over at Maverick's house when we poured that in there, because we had put that culvert in there and we put like 4 foot of rock on top of that thing, and just to give you an idea how hard that water was coming down, you all seen it washed out. It washed all of that rock out. I mean, I'm talking about unburied that culvert. That was crazy. Oh, thank you, Rachel. We appreciate that. Catherine, could you get some help doing the work on the barn? Oh yeah, we've got plenty that will help us do the work on the barn for sure when it's ready. There's Judy. Sure miss you on the Junk to Gems. Love your comments. Maybe you could do channels. Yeah, that's see, okay. It's 5:25, close enough. So yes, we are going to be. She wanted to step out and do her own thing as far as the channel goes, and now she's got that going on. So yes, we are going to be incorporating both the channels together for the most part, and we're still going to be doing work together on the homestead together. So yes, you're going to be seeing her, but like I said, she had to take that time and get that out there, y'all, and make that happen on her own, her and Shorty. So it's it's all learning, you know what I mean? So yes, you will still be seeing her on and all of this, and that's going to be happening here soon. Let's see. There's Treasure Hunter Neil and the grandfather. Yes, sir. Gary spray foam, concrete floor, and central heating. Yes, I believe it will too. And I figured that's not that bad as far as money goes. I mean, buy a new unit, a new 3-ton unit is only like $2,500. They got Goodman package units, brand spanking new with the warranty, and $100 heat kit goes in, a street heat strip kit in it, and it's a heat pump as well. So on them extremely cold nights, you got something to back you up with the heat strips. But for the most part, I think just the wood stove will back that up, and the heat pump will do just fine. That's right, Wes. As long as keep moving forward. It's close enough. I like it. But oh, I missed that one. I missed that one, Ace. Dot Roper. Brian, I'm not sure if she's going to be doing some of the recording for me because, with her doing her channel and everything, but I am getting better. So I hope I'm not pissing off the whole world anyway, so to speak. I am learning to,
No, I will not be editing for him.
no,
He's going
I'm
to be
doing the
the
editing.
editing.
Yeah. Oh, he was talking about doing the video for me.
Oh,
Recording.
the recording for him. Probably. I don't know. I mean, if he's on the homestead, maybe.
But when
If
I
he's
go,
off the homestead, no, I won't be able to.
yeah, going out and doing jobs, it's really hard. She will not be able to do that and do this at the same time. It would be too much. Kevin at Living Traditions has a great video on how to remove the inside top part of the wood stove and clean it. Huh. Uh, yeah, ours is just a barrel stove though, Jennifer. I mean, basically it's a 55-gallon drum with a kit on it,
Mm.
So upsize that heat pump, or it can't keep up when it gets really cold. Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
It's a heat pump, so when it's just when on the cooler nights, it'll help keep the edge off, but it'll have the heat strips in it to really do its job. Brian says I'm getting better recording. Thank you, Brian. I am learning, y'all. That's a learning process. I wasn't the one always recording all the time, so for me it was kind of a new deal.
Yeah, he has to think about it, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah. And so for only being doing it a few months, I don't think I'm doing too bad. I am learning. It's close enough, right? Then nothing. Close enough to junk. Sorry, Ace. Yeah, I try, Like I said, there are some things you just can't you just the way I see it, if I'm doing a job for a customer, you do it to the best. You're doing a job around here and you're just trying to throw something together, hence junk to gems. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's close enough. It ain't got to be beautiful, it ain't got to be perfect, it's got to work. Now, if it's something I'm getting paid to be perfect, then I'm going to make it perfect. Um, like building a desk, it was a bunch of crap that I found out of one of them broken down houses there. I mean, it's got a cedar post that was laying in here in the barn when we bought the place. So, it's working. I seen Auntie Ann in here. uh, and, and one day, like when I get ready to do the concrete, now that's going to be right because I'll have the time to do it and it'll be done right. Same thing with the insulation. That'll be done right. As far as right now, it's survival mode at this point. We're in here. We've only been here a short period of time. We're living and doing with what I can with what I have.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Joe popping up that link for Mary Miley's. That's awesome. Uh, Nothing over here. It's good enough and looks good, right? I mean, as long as it's safe, it's functional, it's not going to hurt anybody, and it's pretty. Why not? The desk I thought turned out pretty good for being just a bunch of crap that I could find, and I had to hurry because I was running out of time for the day. There's Greg and Gina on the road, just listening. Cool. Uh, what else we got there? Oh, Auntie Ann says, I think we've done an amazing job for as long as you've been there, right? I think I appreciate that, Auntie Ann. I think we're doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we do get some comments every now and then. Why didn't you do this, do that? Well, it takes money. We're new at this. I'm not making the big bucks like I used to doing the construction, So, I don't have that. I don't have that gravy income, so to speak, anymore. Uh, no, Sterling, it's not fixed. I still need to get an engine. Um, Been trying to get over there and get the engine from Betty Boo's, but unfortunately, I got to have a way to get over there. One and two, once I get over there, I got to make sure I've got enough tools to and a way to load the engine onto a trailer, and then get it back here and do whatever I got to do to make sure it runs. Um, the one engine has been sitting. The cab is off of it, off the truck and everything, and the front end's off the truck, so it's been sitting out in the weather for a while. Granted, it's got low miles; it should be okay, but it's still been sitting out in the weather. So a lot of little hoses and stuff like that are going to have to be replaced. And then the other engine, I'm not sure exactly what the details are with that one. That one's still in another truck, and the whole truck has to be brought over here because that goes to Drew. So, um, yeah, again, I'm stuck. I gotta have a truck to go get an engine for my truck, but I don't have a truck,
Mhm.
so I'm kind of right there stuck. Jennifer says, with the price of building supplies, I economize. So Greg and Gina is saying they're on the phone, they're traveling. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I hooked you up, Greg and Gina. They're alone. Oklahoma. Love y'all. We are fixing to get that ice and snow here. Oh man. Ginger, that's right now. Well, last night it rained most of just about all night long. It's 40 degrees. Supposed to drop down to like 33, 32. They're talking about ice is like right on the verge of ice. In fact, they were expecting up in the northern part of Arkansas to get that ice, but we woke up this morning 33, 34, and it's pretty much stayed right in that area between there and 40 all day. Right? Yeah, Joe. No, that's a 6.0 engine. That's basically the big small block of the bunch. No, there ain't no way that car would not haul that engine. No, not without dragging the ground, probably. That's right. Hit that thumbs up. So it is what it is. David's over there right now. He went over there to pick up a horse. I call it a horse trailer. It's a cattle trailer or whatever you want to call it, livestock trailer. He went over there to pick that up and get his tires. He's over there at Hem Keys right now, hanging out. And Shiloh get 9 inches of snow. So he said he was going to check on everything because it's hard to see with pictures, and that's all I've been able to get is pictures. Tell him, Mary. Don't let him put words in your mouth, right? I agree. uh, 8 inches of snow Thursday, Jennifer. Wow. Yeah, normally they get 6 to 8 feet, so I can't complain, right? So northern Canada. Wow. There's Bellico Glass. What's happening? Catherine G. Will you keep clearing the land? We're going to just clear the parts that we want to. Like I said, when we first started on all of that for the pond back there, and then it turned wintertime and the rain started coming and we couldn't get back there anymore. So um, we have learned a lot about trying to do that. What we can do and what we can't do, what the water's going to do once the rainy season comes. So now we know once we build that pond, all that dirt's going to build up a lot of the land around that pond, so we can put those, a couple little cabins around it, and still have our chickens and our hog pens and no, she's sitting over here reading the comments, Midnight Vlogs. I know, quiet ones to watch out for. uh, Rachel said, we have already got the double the rain. Yeah, this is double the rain that the Arkansas normally gets. So at least we know what like I said, we know if it's going to be a bad rain year, we're going to be prepared for a bad rain year and not a light rain year. Uh, see, where we lived in Florida, what was the low temps this time of year? The low temps this time of year, you might see frost on the ground a couple of times. Um, and then you might see, like we one year we had just like the top of the pool had a little bit of ice on it, but it was gone by 9, 10 o'clock. So very rare did we get anything that like sustained freezing. You know what I mean? I do remember one year, God, it's been quite a few years ago, that we had below 30s for almost a whole month at night. So that was some of the craziest weather, and I've seen it snow in Gainesville one time, and out of all 4 cars, I was able to round up enough snow off all the hoods to make one snowball, and then it was gone by like 10 o'clock. So, and of course that particular day they shut down the whole city for a week. you know. Oh no, not just one day. They shut it down, shut school down, everything for a week. Oh, I agree, miss. I try to do my best at everything. Um, when it comes to this place in this barn, like building a desk and stuff, I want to do my best, but on the same note, I'm on a time level, time crunch. So I gotta make something happen kind of fast there. So and like this desk, it's pretty solid, y'all. Oh, I knocked on the desk. Sorry. Come here, Goofies. Yeah, I knocked on the desk, so it made them fire up. Come here. There's Ann Parton. And in the construction business, there's Paul Huntington. What's happening, brother? So in the construction business, that was one of my things. I was very meticulous to the point of I used to rattle. I would rattle some chains every now and then, because I would make guys take it apart, or I would take it apart myself and redo it if I didn't like it. And yeah, I mean, there are some times that customers hated me for it. Well, that's good enough. Well, no, it's not good enough. My name's on it. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, yeah, I was very meticulous. So now I'm at that point in my life where I can take a little break and it can be okay. You know, um, like when we get ready to start building a house now, or when I start doing the serious stuff in the barn, now that stuff will be done right, and it's not going to be just, it's okay. You know what I mean? Unlike the concrete, you can bet the concrete's going to be right, the insulation is going to be right. And then once we do that, and I start putting some plywood up on the inside of these walls, who knows? I might frame some stuff out and pull the camper out of here. Who knows? Might have a 40 by 40 house sitting right here. you know. Yeah, they are definitely alarms. Like nothing moves in this yard or anything without them knowing about it, and all three of them will tell you. There's Gwen. What's happening? And it's sad, that we started out with 5 and now we're down to 3, which but part of life. It only shines when she throws it at me, right? uh, so anyway, that's the plan there. And then we talked about, as we go on and get some more of the clearing done back here, doing the cabins and what have you, and setting all that up. We want to do like a couple of tiny house cabins around the back there. But like I said, that's the big change mainly coming here is we're going to go ahead and take y'all's advice and do the inside of the barn and make this basically a nice living space. We figure, why not? It would take too long to to build a house, and we would still be broke and trying to figure out how to live in this barn again with only half a house. So why not just go ahead and do the inside of the barn, set it up, be rocking and rolling? You know what I mean? It's already got a block foundation. If I put some more dirt in here and raise the floor up a little bit and put the concrete in here with plastic down, and I won't have to worry about that no more. Um, Especially building up the dirt on the outside. And you can tell when they built this, the block here was originally ground level, but over the years of it washing out, that's just what happened. And it is what it is. So I figure if we start all these ponds we plan on putting out here, start putting this dirt up around here, and then the water table has got to go somewhere. You know what I mean? So the water table will be able to divert that water out to the ditches with the culverts and get it away from here. That'll solve that problem. Again, this water, because of that road out there by that big field that we look at the mountain with, because of that road, that's what holds all the water back here. And I'm planning on putting a couple of culverts to make it go back out in that field. You know,
Thank you, Gwen.
there's the big Italian and Tony. What's happening, Tony? Him and Judy, Tony and the big Italian, Judy and the big Judy Jules and the big Italian. Him and her, they are awesome people, y'all. Just like Jan. I mean, we've met them, got to know them pretty good, over the time. And I got to tell you, they are some awesome folks. They're trying to get moved up here, and just so you know, Tony, I did text him today, and he hasn't got back to me, which doesn't surprise me any. So I will go rattle his chain by tomorrow. If you can put the 4x8 styrofoam sheets with foil on both sides down on the floor, then carpet. Yeah, it would help insulate the floor, but this floor is so uneven. We figure even if we have to pour the concrete, like 9 yards, 9, 10 yards at a time, that's what we're gonna do. We'll square out an area, put the plastic down, go ahead and pour it. I mean, we poured a 30 by 40 in Florida, for the shop down there. So why not? I mean, this is going to be a lot easier. You're welcome, Tony. Yeah, I mean, y'all are awesome. I can't wait till y'all get moved up here. And like I said, I will go over there and rattle his chain about that tomorrow. I'll just ride over there. He's right down the road.
Logging company.
What's that?
West House.
Yeah, it's a logging company that owns that field across there. So when they built that road back in there, they're the ones that when they put all that rock on this road to get their stuff in and out, they backed all that water up. So guess what? All that water is going back to their field. I don't care if they like it or not. They had no business doing that to begin with. They should have put that stuff in there and looked into that. But most of them don't care. You know what I mean? They're like, the way we see it, well, I will. So guess what? They're getting it all back there.
Well, it was.
Oh yeah, Kelly, is it dry? No. We started to have it dry out here. It was starting. You could start to walk across the driveway and part of the yard without having to wear your mud boots. Not anymore. All the rain we got last night, we woke up this morning that we had actually had the underside of the camper dry, to where the dogs were running in and out of there and hanging out, and you could actually get underneath there again. But yeah, we woke up this morning, there was like 5 inches of water in there again. But thank God for the pump, because that pump, subscriber sent us that pump, and man, we hooked that thing to the hose, and it only takes just a few minutes, and it's extra quiet. You don't even hear it running underneath here. It just about 15, 20 minutes, and it drains all that water out of there, which is very nice. Uh, some guy that has a local tire shop. What's that? No, Rachel, he doesn't own that. The guy that owns the local tire shop, he sold that to his son. But this is a big, it's a big logging company that owns that property back there. There's Diamond Ridge. Yeah, and I'm really thinking about doing that Diamond Ridge once that time comes. But I think, yeah, if I can get it to all go around and go out to the ditch out there, I think that would be, a big plus there. And then again, put a culvert in our driveway, in both of our driveways, and also put a culvert across that road to get that water back out there. Because remember all that, how we were trying to clear that draining ditch, that ditch out there. though it's just not enough fall for it to run. You know what I mean? That water's still running back there. I went back there the other day, and water's still draining back there, but it's just not enough fall there for it to dissipate fast enough because there's so much here.
Thank you, Debbie.
So figure if I put a couple of culverts across the road, one on each ditch there, and across each one of the driveways here, I think that's going to solve that problem, and that water's going to be able to get back out there where it's supposed to go naturally. Nearby, let's see, that one guy that was telling me about our camper being parked there said the guy that owns it has a tire shop nearby, but I don't know. No, he doesn't own it. The logging company actually owns it, and it's green something. I don't remember what they're called anymore. But no, the old man, he just goes back there and lease. He just cuts hay for somebody that owns the property back in the back there behind y'all. Do you still have the rapids running? So that right? I know, Ginger. That creek that's right over here by the house, that's over there behind Mavericks. The way that water was coming down through there, I so wanted to go way up the mountain and get in a canoe or something, and and kayak that thing. I thought that would have been a blast. It was so darn cold though. There's no way my butt was getting in that. Ginger snaps, right? There's Wichita Pharmacy. What's happening? There. Yeah, like I said, I went over there. I swung by there. I had to go to the store a while ago, and I swung by Mavericks, and the culvert is holding. The concrete's not moved, even with all that rain last night. The creek is real high. You're not crossing the road over there, but the concrete is in place. Ditch is doing its thing. The culvert's doing its thing, which was pretty sweet. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Uh, Yeah, not when it's cold. I mean, when I was a kid, right, Annie Ann, like I was part of what they called the polar bear club. Like we would go out and cut holes in the ice, and you do your quick jump in and then get back out. I've done that more than once, more than probably 7 or 8 times. And no, I'm too old for that. That's part of the reason I went to Florida was because okay, done with that cold and snow crap. uh, There's Treasure Hunter. Okay, Treasure Hunter Neil. Ace Kelly. Yes, Ace, that would be fun to do it, the kayaking, but man, when it's 50 degrees or 40 degrees outside, no. If we could get that kind of rain where the creeks would do that in the summertime here, now that would be a blast. Because then, you don't care if you fall in or not. I know, right? When you're a kid, it's like cold water doesn't phase you a bit. Shoot, Miley would go swimming and March in Florida. She'd be like, it's 80 degrees outside. Well, that doesn't mean the pool's 80 degrees. I don't care. And we'd go out there and feel the water and be like, no, I'm not getting it. No, you go swimming if you want to.
Home pharmacy. Well, I hope you feel better. It's okay.
What's that?
Whenever it happens, we can do it.
Oh, about taking us to lunch? Okay, yeah. Yeah, no problem. We'd love to get you up here and meet you. That would be awesome. Uh, elephant to mouse. uh, you know, uh, oh, uh, shoot. Gypsy Trails, him and Rachel, they have this thing just like Paul Honeyman and Auntie Ann have this thing, about rattling each other's chain all the time. And we were talking about that because I was on the phone with Randall and Rachel was sitting here. And I said, y'all remind me of Paul Honeyman and Auntie Ann. He's a Julie Fleming. He's already in Oklahoma. Okay, come on. Yeah. Yeah, he's in Oklahoma right now. Uh, in the next month in Betty Boo's. Yeah, he's Julie. He's over there right now, picking up
Okay.
his trailer, and then I'm hoping maybe David will run me over there to pick up my trailer, or or at least ride over there to help me load the engines up. Bitty Boo and her husband, he's been having really bad back issues, and then she had a stroke, poor girl. So they're not in a position to load any of that stuff. They said we come get it and have it. If we could just figure out how to get it on my trailer and load it, and then I can get it back here. Paul is my bickering buddy. 10 killer this year? I'm not sure.
Yes, we'll be going. I'll be going. I
Yeah.
want to go.
All right.
It's in Oklahoma.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one we went to last year. Yeah, we would definitely want to go.
Somewhere. I mean, it's not in the same spot, but yes.
Banter buddy, and yeah, not bicker buddy. It's a banter Artie.
Great
uh,
slave.
oh, the doc said my hip was just from not stretching enough. And again, I'm not doing that construction stuff, so I'm getting up and doing like I did before. So uh, once I started stretching it out, it doesn't bother me hardly as much. The only time it bothers me is just sleeping at night. And I put the pillow between my legs and all that kind of good stuff, and it helps a little bit. But it is a camper mattress with a foam pad on top of it, so it is what it is.
So true, Ginger.
I agree there, Paul. Yeah. Hip is due to old age, right? I call it OFS, old fart syndrome. uh,
Got 8-minute warning.
get you one of them there nipple stretchers. Right? uh, so, Ariel, I hope you're doing good there, brother. There's Tim. What's happening in Rich Life? Oh, Tim, he retires and then he goes and works. Guy's working harder now that he's retired than he did when he was working. So, Tim, I need to get with you in the next. Now that you've got all this time on your hands, I need to get with you about this. What is it? Chat. What is it? Chatbot or Nightbot or I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely made it easier for me to sit here because, like before, I was all over like this trying to do editing and twist it on the same note. So now I'm sitting here at the desk right now. I got the computer and I'm coming off the with my webcam here, so I'm actually able to sit here and sit up straight and back is starting to feel a lot better. Nightbot, that's what it is, Tim. Yeah, I need to get a hold of Tim and figure that out. Annie Ann says, I have old brain fart syndrome. There's a Nona. What's happening?
Hello.
I know Nightbot. When I remember when we first started getting in the chats, especially like going to Tim's and David's, that Nightbot would blast me. Stop yelling. Well, I can't help it. My computer sticks sometimes.
Hey,
Oh, that's too funny. At the end, I just have old fart syndrome, right? I agree, Paul. OFS, old fart syndrome. So it gives you the reason, it gives you all the excuses to forget stuff, forget people's names, tell them have a nice day in a fun sort of way, if you know what I mean. uh, so we got what 260 people in here. That is awesome, man. I appreciate y'all coming out here and joining us every night or every Tuesday, every week. See, I told you I got the OFS. uh, oh, and yeah, and Tim, when y'all showed up, you and David come over here the other day after your retirement party, and I could tell you were kind of feeling out of sorts there. So, um, Jan says it's called CRS syndrome, right? I can tell you. So what I did is I came in here to edit that video, and evidently I wasn't up to par either because I ended up deleting half of that crap and lost it all. So that's why it didn't get put out there. 5 minute warning, Brian. Stop telling me what to do. uh, no, I like it. I appreciate it. Brenda Moody. I know. Didn't they do a good job on the? They
Thank
did a good job on
you.
those bags and everything. I thought, and Miley, Shorty had a good time doing that too.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I deleted all that stuff. Because when you're downloading, you have to delete all those blank files. Well, evidently, I deleted the whole page and didn't know it. I'm like, well, there went that. Yes, I did tell the West Virginia story. I can say it again real quick. On our way to basic training, there's a guy from West by God, Virginia, gets on the bus. This guy is from up in the mountains of West Virginia. Had never seen running water, never seen a TV or anything until he got to MEPS. So he's on the bus and he kept standing up in the front of the bus. I'm from West by God, Virginia, and don't y'all forget it. Okay. After about 5 or 6 times, the bus driver said, look, one more time, I'm going to get you off this bus and you're going to, we're going to have the MPs escort you up to the, Fort Jackson. Sure enough, one more time, as soon as the bus driver crossed the post there, MPs were sitting right there waiting on him and made him march that 2 miles into the post. uh, Guaranteed, he made it through basic training. Ended up being a pretty good soldier overall, but he made it. Uh, it was kind of funny that, yeah, the bus driver wasn't playing with him. But to me, that story sticks in my head because the fact that the guy, 19, 20 years old, had never seen a TV, had never had running water, had no idea what any of that stuff was, and until he's in the MEP station for the first time, and I seen him, and he's looking at a TV like, you know, there's Big Wave. What's happening, brother? There's another good folks in the world. Uh, what else we got? We got a what? 1 2 minute warning now. 2 minute warning. And who is next? We got the Grady's. Go over there and see them, y'all. It's all Grady. And that is such a cool name too, because it's not just all gravy; it's all Grady. Go over there and check Denise and them out, and then we got who else?
We got Goat Days 2
Go Days,
next.
and go check out Tim at Ridge Life. After all of those guys, go hang out with the Ridge Life. Tim is a hoot, y'all. And if y'all ever get to meet Tim in person, he he is all of that and some. I promise you. Tim is just a great guy. He's one of the few that are left in the world that actually has a heart and cares about the rest of the world, and doesn't get his panties in a wad, so to speak, over nothing. You know what I mean? Like he's just one of the true genuine people in the world, and I think that's what really struck me about Tim when I first met him was
Yep,
just that.
after Ridge Life, it's Sergeant Talk TV, I believe.
Sergeant Talks TV. Yes. In fact, MT, go over there tonight because David's over there with MT tonight. So maybe you'll get to meet him. Put on your big glasses. I know. I need a really big glasses. I still know cannot see. It's my hair. That's what it is, right? Got my hair pulled back too tight. uh, all right, guys. It's 6 o'clock. We got about half a minute left. So, you get to meet Tim. Be careful, people. He'll like get you to work so he can't film it. Right? That's genuine, at least. At least he ain't gonna lie about it. So anyway, I want to just tell y'all how grateful I am that y'all are here every week with us, and I'm humbled. So thank you, and do me a favor. Those videos I talking about, don't get the stinking thinking. Get out there and do it, okay? Because I'm living proof. We are living proof that you can make this happen. Just get over your stinking thinking and get out there and do something nice for somebody tomorrow. All right. So we love y'all. Thank you very much for being here. Paul, get him, brother. Shiloh, have a wonderful week. Everybody have a great week. Let's get through this cold and all this freezing stuff, and we'll see y'all next week. All right. Night, guys. How do I end this thing? Oh, there it is. I will not be knowing. Oh, Stuart Brillinger. All right. Bye, guys.